used to tell myself all the time, not tell myself, but when I was a simp ass nigga, I used to tell women like, yo, if you want to know how I'm feeling, what music am I playing? And I didn't really tell women this, but like, I would feel like that sometimes. Like, I'm this deep, mysterious guy who only has music when he listens to moods. But obviously, we've grown and matured and realized that we're all
tracks. Listen to these tracks.
Whoa, that's a weird way. I mean, I know that was off of the Waka.
It's a DJ.
Yeah, but what DJ is it?
I don't know.
Listen to this track.
The way you move it.
Okay. Either way, it's the Bullshit for Your Health podcast, episode 66. Right? Yes. It's 66. It's me and Tete tonight. It is a kind of chilly Wednesday night. Tuesday. Well, Wednesday night.
Wednesday morning.
Tuesday morning. We are recording 1:11. Again, I feel like that's the majority of our podcast. Like, as of recent, that's what it's been.
Yeah.
It's been the night shift niggas out here getting it done, getting it to where we need to be. But, yeah, man, we're going to keep getting these episodes out. Eventually, I'm going to get it on YouTube. I actually I asked one of the people who has a YouTube page that I follow about his journey with it, and I finally decided that we're going to do a business page. And you can switch it back anyway, so it doesn't matter. But all in all, I'm a procrastinator. If you don't know that, now you know. And so I think I'm at the final stage of my procrastination, which is mass work. Just do a bunch of shit. And it's like, what the fuck? You could have just spread this out over a year and it would have been fine. No, we cram it all into 1 month.
Under duress.
And just do it.
Right.
So, yeah. But we're going to get started with an opening song. But before we do that, because I want to not get this episode taken down directly. You know, we've gotten like 3 or 2 more episodes on Spotify taken down.
Really?
Just because of music. Yeah, Universal Music Group is
aggressive.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
Like,
they look for shit.
Yeah. I was like, yo, fam, like, it's a 2-hour video or 2-hour segment of us talking and your song's played. Like, it's not just the song. Like,
damn.
I don't know.
That's crazy, man.
On SoundCloud, it's fine. Like, all our episodes are on SoundCloud. And I don't understand the difference because it's still a DSP. You get SoundCloud for... SoundCloud offers a premium membership.
It must be licensing.
And with the premium membership, though, you get licensed music.
But Spotify might have different licensing. It'd be interesting to see if Spotify can even play the song that you're being taken off.
Maybe it's because Spotify, even if you don't own a subscription, you can still search songs and play them. It just won't let you play whole albums and stuff. It just shuffles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could be it. Because then SoundCloud, you can't do that. If there's a song that's licensed that an artist says you can't have unless you are, for some reason, subscribed to SoundCloud, it only plays a snippet, and then it's done. Maybe that's it. All in all, if you're listening through Spotify, just know we do have every episode between episode 1 to 66, and it will be put or re-uploaded onto YouTube once I get the YouTube page going. So if you want to hear all of our conversations from a year and a half ago, and all the rambunctiousness that happened when Jabari was in a very dark place while drinking very light liquor.
Ah, true.
You might want to check us out because it'll be fun. I don't really know how I'm going to do the visuals, but we'll figure all that fucking shit out. Speaking of visuals, the opening song that I'm going to play is called His and Hers by Internet Money, and there is a dope visual done by Lyrical Lemonade creator Kel Bennett. It was actually his birthday a few days ago. Mm-hmm. And that's an he's an inspiration to me in a way because it's just another built up from nothing from something. Because, I feel like I'm rambling right now.
Creative mind.
Yeah, creative mind. But like, because with the new content that we're going to be putting out, dude, and the guy I was showing you before who does the furniture, it's like, I feel like the universe keeps putting people into my life that's like, yo, these are dope individuals who have a story to tell, who had a vision carried out, but also like for my vision, I want to get us into interviewing different people and like showcasing different people's journeys and just the incredible stuff they're doing on whatever scale, you know. And I just feel like the universe needs to put those people into our laps. But either way, Cole Bennett is inspiration to me because he basically does the same thing. I mean, at the end of the day, he's birthed how many careers from the likes of, I don't know, when I say birthed, he's given an incredible boost to the likes of Juice WRLD, rest in peace. I was forgetting the name. He helped out Lil Mosey, who we never talked about his sexual assault shit. But either way, Snot, which is like Cav. And if I'm saying that wrong, I'm sorry, kids. I'm 27 now. But he had his name spelled like Snot, but the S is a money symbol. Lil Skies, he had a big Red Roses was dropped on Lyrical Lemonade and it blew Lil Skies and Landon Cube up and took him into the stratosphere. But dope shit. But our opening song is going to basically be the next the Internet Money song that he just dropped on his channel that holds Don Toliver, Gunna, and Lil Uzi Vert, his and hers.
Oh shit.
Yeah. This nigga Uzi's good, bro. Like,
yeah.
Really fucking good. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah. I haven't fucked with Uzi as much as I have this past year, and I must say, I've been missing out.
So is it in essence like you weren't fucking with his old stuff and you're fucking with the new stuff, or you're now fucking with Uzi because of the new stuff that makes you fuck with all of his catalog?
Yeah, exactly. Like going back and seeing like where he was at before this stuff I started fucking with, I'm like, damn. Yeah.
It's crazy because
he's actually a genius.
I was late to Uzi, but I was still there for his second project that had Money Longer and shit. What the fuck was that other jump that was huge at the time? Oh my god, my short-term memory is escaping me.
Yeah.
Shit. No, it's a
single.
Yeah, it was a single. You was right. Hit it from the got you crying. Oh, you at you. But either way, I was there for that album. But going back and listening to Love Is Rage, the classic iconic mixtape that everybody heralds as like Uzi's burst onto the scene that they wish they could have been in the concert to, and some of his most iconic concert moments where like he's gotten on video is stuff from Love Is Rage. And even when he started the whole fantasy relationship he portrayed with Britney Beard. Yeah, that was a wild time. So Uzi is definitely a character, and I'm not even sure if he knew where he was going to be at this point in time, because even back in the day when he was saying, yeah, I could, 3 years, whatever, and then I'm out of here, whatever, I'll be old, like, all this stuff, and it's like, bro, like,
you're just doing his thing.
You're like a young legend, and not even like a young legend, you are a young legend. Like, right now, we are at a point with the new J. Cole album that people are reminiscing on J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and Drake's career and saying they are cemented. Like, we can stop having the GOAT discussion, cement them in Hip-Hop Hall of Fame as GOATs, and then move on to, like, what's this next generation doing? And just know every time Drake, Cole, or Kendrick drop a project, it's going to sell 200,000+ copies, even in this new age of streaming, when there's niggas literally selling 9,000 Quando Rondo,
Right.
numbers are whatever, but for whatever metric you're trying to use to justify somebody's greatness, you cannot negate the amount of people that listen to these niggas off of their sales.
Yeah.
So all that to say, Uzi will be in that next category of individuals we put in that realm here in the next 5 years, hopefully, if he keeps going.
Probably sooner than that.
But I mean, like, it can't be sooner than that, in my opinion, because to stand in that test of time, you have to be that 10-year, decade career. Like, we look at Juicy J as somebody who's had a 2-decade career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You've got to be. So you're saying he's got to have a veteran type status?
Yeah.
OG status.
Yeah. Like, but also if Uzi can be in OG status that stayed on top of the rap game every time he's come out, because Juicy J is an OG status, but Juicy J has also, in a way, become very niche. Like, and I'm not gonna say niche in hip hop because that's a different audience. I'm talking like worldwide right now. Like Drake, Kendrick, Cole, worldwide, top of the world.
Yeah.
Juicy J is top of the world in hip hop, but like still niche in the world.
The only thing is,
at a time, he was worldwide.
Yeah, all those guys that you named, they have a stable, not somewhat, definitely a real stable personal life. And
Drake?
I think so.
Drake?
I think so, yeah.
Drake? Drake has not had a real stable personal life. Drake just had a baby by a porn star.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, he's still a...
Yeah, but if we're talking about... the way I think we're talking about stable life is the quote-unquote white picket fence, one woman...
No.
Family type. Because that is what J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar have. They both had long-term girlfriends.
That's a stable relationship. When I say stable personal life, it just means you're not waking up and putting a diamond in the middle of your forehead. Like, shit like that makes me wonder, like, yo, your music is genius, but you're fucking crazy, bro.
I mean...
You know what I mean?
But the thing about... Okay, so what were we talking about?
We're talking about Uzi.
Okay.
And the fact that he does not have a stable... I call it personal life, but it's more of
yeah. And I'm disagreeing because what I'm saying is he has an eccentric personal life. But Uzi's not doing mad drugs. Like, I say your life's not stable when you're like partying every night, fucking random bitches.
But you can be sure he's not doing mad drugs?
Fine. He's dating JT and like he doesn't really drink. He doesn't appear to drink scissor like a lot of his probably cohort drinks scissor. Yeah. Now even like Young Thug doesn't preach that he drinks purple drink like that, but he still like we know the sips on the cup. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I mean, there's Kanye's really to me the only artist that's been able to be extremely successful and still be.
But Kanye also did shit in the public eye. Like, it was just not going to award shows drunk out of his fucking mind.
That's what I'm saying.
And like getting on stage with Beyonce
and
Taylor Swift, from the white church Southern girl's perspective, white Beyonce.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like Kanye West, like literally like.
But Kanye got away with that. Like he didn't suffer in any way, his career wise. Like he continued to be successful.
Yeah, no.
I think if Uzi pulls something like that, I don't know.
Yeah, no, Uzi couldn't pull something like that.
Neither could Drake, Kendrick, or J. Cole. That's what I'm saying. Like,
so you're saying
I'm saying Uzi could be on that path where he does something fucking nuts and fucks his whole shit up.
But I don't think Uzi does stuff like that nuts. Like Uzi,
I feel like
the thing that
are like warning signs, red flags.
I don't
think stable, dog.
I agree, but like I think his level of unstable is for most people, and I'm not saying I think it is, but for a lot of people, it's man. And if this ever gets big and this came out, this is probably gonna get me fucked up. But I'm gonna say it. It's like sus unstable. You know what I'm saying? This nigga put a diamond in his forehead. Like, this nigga wears like not women's clothes, but close to it. Skin tight, paints his nails. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's very like he wants to be like he always said he wants to be like Marilyn Manson. He's very gothic. He's very dark. He's very queer in a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. That's where the unstableness is to me. And I feel like you're not going to get a bunch of people who say, we're not fucking with him because of that. You're going to get a bunch of other people who are like, we love you, Uzi. Because, like, he is that.
That's his persona, though. Like, you're talking about his stage persona. He's like a modern-day Prince, honestly. Like, that, we can do that. That's cool.
Yeah, but it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. And I'm saying, I don't think he has the Kanye crazy with a K in him that's going to cause him to do something so outrageous, like in the middle of a fucking presidency that has been littered with racial tension, racist moments from the president himself in the fourth year when they're about to go to election time. Or not election time, it was the third year, right?
Kanye is
put on a red hat. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't see Uzi doing that.
Uzi's not gonna do that, but if he does, he's done. But
he's done. But I mean, but I don't.
I feel like
I don't know who. I don't know. I do think.
I feel like this last situation.
I do think Drake, Kendrick, or Cole has an opportunity to survive if they had done some shit like that.
Maybe once or twice, but not Kanye many times. Kanye has done multiple things that are just like.
Yeah, but I don't think. I don't think Uzi can do it once and survive. But I do think J. Cole, Kendrick, and and Drake are in that category where like they built up enough goodwill that they could chip away at it by doing some stupid shit.
But I'm saying, like,
which Drake has shown when that whole Pusha T incident. He just kind of swept that under the rug.
There's nothing. He didn't do anything.
And Pusha T eviscerated him.
He did get eviscerated, but like that's war.
And then he came out and showed he was in blackface.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, bro. We swept so much shit.
He did that blackface thing.
Yeah. But let's not get away from the subject as we have so much more. I really wanted to just talk to make sure we didn't get to a point where we got this shit removed. But okay, so we're gonna start with an opening song, "His and Hers" by Internet Money featuring Gunna, Uzi, and Don Toliver, who is a treasure.
Don Toliver's opening.
Baby, hit that back and burn, then pour for a purr. We got his and hers, Thule in that Birkin. Close the window curtains, right up in your skirt. Take off, hit the curve, Thule in that Birkin. When I pop out, do some blicky. We roll up. The other bitches that be shifty. I pay for my shit, take some time. I don't hug you when I make that mind. Shawty, I break that spine. Roll that dice. No cover, sex on ice. Ain't no lock and key, just beep, beep, beep up in my G. Baby, take out that baby seat. Tax free, I bought some one. Shawty, have fun with fun. Tongue out on camera, stretching out that Saint Laurent. She brought two friends, twins. Got some big old killer for the day. Baby, hit that back and burn, then pour for a purr. We got his and hers, Thule in that Birkin. Close the window curtains, right up in your skirt. Take off, hit the curve, Thule in that Birkin. When I pop out, do some blicky. We roll up. The other bitches that be shifty. I pay for my shit, take some time. I don't hug you when I make that mind. Shawty, I break that spine. Thule in that Birkin. You and me, I got you, that's for certain. We stay at G6, it feel like surfing. Talking to that big guy, trying to wash all my sins. She massaging me, cater to a G. I don't gotta turn up her body, she already got a physique. Left from Croatia and landed in Greece. I took her heart up her sleeve. But how you keep it 100 and that's really all that I need. Big dog and shit my turf. I just hope you know your worth. Baby, hit that back and burn. Baby, hit that back and burn. Then pour for a purr. We got his and hers, Thule in that Birkin. Close the window curtains, right up in your skirt. Take off, hit the curve, Thule in that Birkin. When I pop out, do some blicky. We roll up. The other bitches that be shifty. I pay for my shit, take some time. I don't hug you when I make that mind. Shawty, I break that spine. I know how I get. I'ma break your spine. Next spot, I'm gonna break your ribs. You know how I live, so just cool out, baby. I was born up in the 90s, I came from the 80s. I was sweating, she on fire, we hot like it's Haiti. And you know I stay with bands on me like my name Katie. So much smoke coming out my blunt, it look like I was vaping. I can't share none of my drugs, know that I'm gon' face it. Any problem that I have, you know I'm gon' face it. Pop a perky, baby, and I barely taste it. Pour for a purr, we got his and hers, Thule in that Birkin. Close the window curtains, right up in your skirt. Take off, hit the curve, Thule in that Birkin. When I pop out, do some blicky. We roll up. The other bitches that be shifty. I pay for my shit, take some time. I don't hug you when I make that mind. Shawty, I break that spine.
Again, that's a new track by Internet Money. Probably off their next tape they're gonna be dropping. They dropped the tape last year though, so it shouldn't come soon. I don't know, but it was a completion tape because they're a production crew. So I don't know. Maybe they'll drop something soon. But either way, I agree with you. That shit was floating. Don Toliver's floats on any type of beat that like is similar to that, where he can just croon, bro. Like that nigga's good, bro.
Yeah.
I saw him live at the Astro World Tour at the Verizon Center up in DC, and he was quality. We didn't get to see Trippie Redd or any of the niggas because the niggas I went with.
Oh, I would love to see Trippie Redd.
Yeah. They niggas like the bull in the hotel room before they go on. It's like, all right, whatever. But we missed that.
Long.
Yeah. And when you were like the only nigga in the group who kind of fucks with Trippie Redd because everyone else is grown.
I like Trippie Redd.
No. They were my age, but that's the joke, because everyone else isn't 14. 14, baby. They tend to not care to miss that. But we did catch Don Toliver. Well, actually, we missed Don Toliver, but he came out during the set Travis Scott did, because he's on Can't Say.
Do you think Trippie Redd would be a sight to see live? Like, I mean, he
smoked away his voice, bro. Like the last live thing I watched from him, it was during COVID, so like no crowd, it was just him on stage, and he was trying to go in, but he sang "Fuck Love" by XXXTentacion. The song that didn't put Trippie on the map, but established Trippie, I want to say, as a contender, because he was the only feature on X's first project, which is crazy. Nigga only dropped 2 projects, and they are cold following projects, right? So when he first came out, though, so when he performed the song, it just wasn't hitting the notes, not even like remotely well.
Right.
Yeah, his voice his voice is a lot deeper because he's smoking too. I saw him live probably 3 years ago, 2018, Rolling Loud, and this was when he was still dating that one little girl, and she brought her on stage, and like literally, when I tell you, like they were like, "Yo, Trippie Redd's here!" Trippie Redd came out. I sat there and like I was walking because we're not running to go get front row to Trippie Redd or whatever, but I fucked with him heavy at that time. There was like literally a sea of kids just running towards him. So I was like, oh, this nigga is about it. And like, he was cool. You know what I'm saying? He was on stage, just cool. But it was a nice moment. It was my first time seeing him. So it was more like, he had his classic red hair. He brought Joan out. Like, and this was like an iconic moment in hip hop, in contemporary hip hop history, because this is the same festival that XXXTentacion performed at for the last time, So it was, his performance was one of the larger moments that year. But now, again, like, I don't know. Like, I would like to see Trippie in a small, intimate setting where he's really tightened up the set list to songs that he can really hit on a vocal range with auto-tune, of course. I don't care, just make it sound good, But like, I just think at this point, I don't know if he's doing that. I don't know if he's taking that much time in his live show from what that Instagram Live stream showed. Now at the same time, I enjoy the music still, so I don't know.
I mean, it's Instagram Live.
How much is it? Is it $120? Yeah. Is it $60? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Instagram Live, I mean, quality gets distorted, or YouTube Live.
YouTube Live, yeah, it wasn't Instagram. I mean, I may give him some slack. It was Instagram Live. It was definitely like a concert type of shit where other people went on and they
sounded good.
They sounded good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
He's overweight too. You know what I'm saying? So he's huffing and puffing running around that stage.
He's alright. When he first came out,
he's cool though. I love that nigga, bro. It's like I don't want to like pause. I don't want to like be rude, but I would like to see him. I'm a fan. I enjoy the music, so it's like just the performance. Is it worth it? For me, probably yeah. For other niggas, I'm not gonna put my fucking foot behind a Trippie Redd concert saying you need to see this before you go. Now you know who I do think you need to go see probably before he goes or before years to go on.
Yeah,
Giveon. While this nigga is in small intimate setting, I want to see him. The same place I saw Sir at the water. I think it's the waterfront up in
Maryland.
I don't know if it's a waterfront up there. There was some small it's like it was intimate. We were in the rafters. It was nice. You know what I'm saying? Like there's only like a middle floor sitting area and then 2 places you can stand on the sides. It wasn't super big, but I saw Sir there and it was nice. I would love to see Gibby on there too. Hear his Kermit voice ring off the walls. Are you on your way? Are you coming strong to me?
That's exactly how he sounds.
He sounds like fucking Kermit. Somebody at work told me that, and like since I heard it, I couldn't fucking Can't unhear it.
Yeah.
But fuck the bullshit. Let's get into some other real music news, because some real music news has fucking happened, so we should probably talk about it. J. Cole dropped an album. What are we feeling? What are we saying?
We talked about his upcoming album on 64, 63, something like that.
Did we? We
hit on it. We said J. Cole, because he dropped a track. I think he dropped a interlude or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay, he's obviously going to put out a project. And then 2 weeks later, we get
we didn't talk about the single. We talked about the fact that he just dropped the album cover.
Right. But we talked about his upcoming project, and we both said, it's J. Cole. It's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good. I think it's a great album. I think it's worthy of being called a J. Cole album.
Do you think it's worthy of being called, as some are saying, one of his best, if not his best, top 3? It is now in the category of interchangeable, depending on if you're a true J. Cole fan. If Friday Night Lights, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and this new album, Chain Off Season. If you have any one of these, if whatever order, if that's your top 3, if you're a true J. Cole fan or you whatever, you have weight in the J. Cole argument, as some are saying, you think it's that good? It knocks out For Your Eyes Only. It knocks out, and I shouldn't even say For Your Eyes Only. It knocks out not Vilmatic, but Born Center, which is a lot of people's favorite album.
Yeah, I don't think it.
Do you think it's that good? Where do you rank it in his catalog?
I think it's better than the last one. I think it's better than KOD, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's better than KOD. I like KOD.
I know you did. I remember in our last conversation we talked about this.
I like KOD. I thought it was.
Okay, old man.
I mean, it was. He was preaching.
You whippersnappers better stop doing your drugs.
Right.
But
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd put it top 3 J. Cole, but definitely top 5.
See,
easy out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not number 1, it's not number 4, but it's somewhere there. But my thing is this, bro. I judge music based off a number of different factors. I think as a lot of people do. Mine personally, though, one of the ones I hold true and dear is first listen. I've always been, when I was a young kid in the car, my mom was one to smack your hand away from the stereo when I would skip to different songs on the album that I like. CDs. Just let the fucking CD play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I really did not realize that stuck into me so deep until I've been talking with other people who I consider to have a very similar or taste or their taste in music is interesting to me.
Right.
Some people I'm not gonna say your taste in music is bad, but some people's taste in music I'm just not interested in. I'm not trying to hear Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, and Saweetie all 2-hour trip to Nova, bro. It's damn, this is all you got? You ain't got nothing else thrown in here? No Janae, bro? No nothing? But either way, let's just say, I would call that music taste not interesting to me. Yeah. So people's music taste that I do find interesting, some of them have brought up how I don't listen to full albums. I listen to what I listen to. I'm on shuffle a lot, and I get dope songs, but I don't listen to full albums. It's crazy. I sit there, and if it's a new release as of the last few years, I'll give it one listen through. Whether I'm at work, skateboarding, gym, I'll listen to the whole album full through, right? And or long car trips. I've been mobile to and from Nova at different points in my time for a lot of times. So for long periods of time. But either way, I don't like a significant amount of the songs off of the first listen. Yeah. That sticks out to me. You know what I'm saying? If I normally if I really like an album, you'll see 5, 6, 60 to 40%, 40 to 60% of the album songs I've added. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, 2, 5, 6, 9, 13, go off, sir. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This album, I only like 2. I only saved 2. And they were some of the songs that some people might not have thought were the most lyrical, miracle, spiritual. Because that nigga was spitting on this album. And because I listened to Fantano's what do you call it, critique of the album. He gave it a light 70. He enjoyed the album, but he himself did not like 100 mil with J. Cole and Boss, which, Boss, my nigga.
That wasn't a good one.
Huh?
I didn't like that song.
You didn't like it? Yeah. And then Pride is the Devil by J. Cole.
I did like that.
So listen.
I did like that.
I don't know. I just like, maybe, again, I actually need to do my car test, listen to it in the car, see how the bass is knocking on.
What were you listening to it on?
I had my bass headphones in.
Okay, all right.
And then we didn't need to listen to some of the harder hitter Jones that they put on like the hot new hip hop.
Well, My Life with 21 Savage is nice.
With Moray, I was wondering I was wondering when that song was gonna sound like, because I saw like a snippet or like tweets about it, and I was like, okay, cool. When I heard 21, I was like, my thought was, oh, this is the song that 21's on the album, and that must be Moray. It wasn't like, oh shit, 21's on this shit too. I don't know.
I felt like 21 because he's going on a track with J. Cole. Mm-hmm. He shined. Like,
oh yeah, no,
it was nice.
Yeah, I mean, I felt with 21. I felt like 21 Savage part was the part I more enjoyed on the song, but it still wasn't enough for me to click the download. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like that's what it was. So, and at that point too, I remember I was at work when I was this album. I remember where I was getting coffee. So all I needed to do was listen to this song. Yeah. Like, it wasn't like I was like doing anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I truly was in like break mode for a second. So like, if there was a chance for a song to ring off, it was for me. It was that. But like, again, I feel like my opinion's pretty unpopular. It sold 293,000. You know what I'm saying? Niggas are going off. Again, Fantano gave it a light 7. The same nigga who gave fucking My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy like a 5. You know, he's crazy, but that was his dark past in time. But at the same time, it's like,
that's surprising. That's a great album. But again, maybe he just didn't like it first listen.
Classic. But keep going, yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's a classic, but that's not
not great. It's classic.
Yeah, put your fucking
legendary.
Respect.
It's legendary.
On that album.
You're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe he just didn't like it on first listen. Just like the Anti album. Motherfuckers didn't like that first listen. And that's a fucking legendary album.
I like Anti first listen. Now maybe I was in the right fucking mood, right cocktail.
We've had conversations in the past about Anti. You kind of gave me a little like,
nigga.
You gave me a little
No, nigga. No, okay, listen. Jamie was saying some other shit too about how I was. Maybe I remember.
You sleeping on Rihanna sometimes, bro.
No, bro. No. Fuck you. No, that's not what happened. No, what happened was we were getting into an argument about Rihanna and Beyonce's star power, right, and all other shit. I have never once slandered Anti. Anti is one of my top personal albums.
I know this.
Especially breakup albums. I put it in my top 5 breakup albums.
I know this about you, but you see, this
I have the full Anti album downloaded on my phone.
So do I.
Like that's one of the albums I'll get on vinyl.
Yes, but exactly as everyone should. But
wait, can you get this J. Cole album on vinyl?
No.
There we go. No. You get 2004. You get 2014 Forest Hills on vinyl.
Vinyl, yes.
You get Born Sinner on vinyl.
Vinyl, yes.
I'm just saying. You want to get KOD on vinyl?
I would not. Vinyl, yes.
So what's the similarity between all these conclusions we're bringing up?
You're saying this is a good album. It's not a great album.
For me, I can.
You think it's a bad album?
No, and listen, that's where I'm giving my opinion. I don't think it's a bad album. Yeah. I think it's quality because J. Cole is a master of this subject. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole has his PhD, his doctorate of practice.
Yeah.
He has his residency really and a 10+ career of experience in rapping.
Yes.
Fluently, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not gonna put out bullshit. He even did something he hasn't done in years, which is put well-placed features on his album.
Yeah.
Features that people... So
I was actually going to mention that.
Not to take not Murray, but Fantano's take. But Fantano was talking about how he doesn't necessarily always appreciate J. Cole's singing because J. Cole's not the best singer. And he thought that at times, if J. Cole had put actual vocalists on his album to do hooks and stuff like that, he could have had a much more...
Some more hits. Pretty much.
Complete album, even if the album is close to perfection. 2014 Forest Hills, right? With the features and the impeccableness of his rapping, I don't know if I finished my last fucking thought, but either way, I feel like you can't say this was a bad album. Like, he's spitting bars on here that, yeah, are clever. He's talking big money shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, how are you gonna talk back to somebody who got millions, you know what I'm saying? Or just a bunch of different clever double entendres and innuendos that he's saying in the shit that like I can't take away from that. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the rappers that I'm at my phone aren't doing that shit.
He's achieved a level of greatness that hurts him because of the level of greatness he's achieved. The standard that he's set for himself is it's the LeBron James syndrome. Like, you can be great, the greatest of all time.
Like, for me,
the greatest in your time, and because I don't want to cause arguments, but the greatest in your time, and still people look at you like, oh well, I mean, he's 8th seed now, he ain't shit, but he's been in the playoffs every single year of his career. Like, yeah, but
yeah, okay,
like no one else can
basketball.
Do that. I'm just saying it's the same.
No. I'm saying like. I don't fucking know, nigga. I don't.
You can put it in soccer terms. Then.
No. Stop.
But you know what I mean. Like,
I do.
You're so great, people expect more from you.
And what I'm saying is,
than they would from anyone else.
And what I'm saying is, to me, it feels like it's greatness, but it feels like for J. Cole's level of caliber, what he's done, what he's brought, the ingenuity he's brought, the level of introspection he has given us to his life. I mean, the fucking not last album, 2 albums ago, For Your Eyes Only had his baby crying on it, bro. But it's like J. Cole was phoning it in. And here's where I'll say J. Cole's phoning it in. Listen,
that's what you're saying.
For J. Cole, it's a great album, right? But for J. Cole, it's like, yo, like, my nigga, I went to the shop, did what I had to do. Then, like we said, went out and started to try to score buckets, follow this other dream that I have, which is play professional basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I'm not saying like, yo, this album's better than a majority of the albums we got during quarantine. I'm not saying this album is not quality. You know, I'm not saying for your own, like, I would even look at you in any sort of way if you put this in your top 3, top whatever. Like, it's a good album. He's rapping. It sounds good. It's cool.
Yeah, but you said he phoned it in, though.
What I'm saying is,
yeah, I mean,
when I say phoning it in, I mean, like, do you truly believe like his entire focus
heart and soul was
in this album, like
heart and soul,
blood, sweat, tear, like, but nigga put on a hoodie, lit a fucking basketball goal on fire, and then got on the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's like a subliminally telling us, like, yo, I burnt this dream to give you this dream, but like for I'm gonna go over here and try this other dream that I'm doing. Like, work, like, you know how hard he has to be working to be like trying to play professional basketball? That's not like I do this on the weekends thing.
No, and it's not here. It's in Africa. What country is he playing for?
Rwanda.
Damn.
My nigga, they had a whole fucking apartheid goddamn civil war in Rwanda, goddamn, bro. Like, that's probably
genocide.
That's probably genocide. You're right. That's probably why he's playing for the team. Wow. I'm just saying, I got a lot of talent to pick from. Infrastructure. I don't know. I've never been to Rwanda.
It's the Rwandan League.
No, it's the African League.
So he's playing for the whole African League?
Yeah,
he's playing for the Rwandan League.
I thought he was playing for the African Basketball League. Is there?
So he's playing for Rwanda. He's representing Rwanda in the African League. Is what you're saying?
I think so.
Oh shit.
Is there? I mean, I don't want to get. We're black guys. Come on.
Well, I mean, if they're playing for like Olympic trials,
because I feel like I'm being mad. Like,
you could be. I don't know. Because if we see wait, but why would you represent Rwanda? How could he?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying.
No ties.
I'm not saying it's like an international thing. I think it's a national thing, and like I'm not sure if every country in Africa, Rwanda specifically, has enough infrastructure, sport-wise, to have a whole basketball professional league.
Oh no! So okay. full disclosure about Rwanda. Yes, they had a genocide in 1994, but they have turned around as a country and are very African standard. They're a very good country.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm child of the diaspora, nigga. I was told all my youth that y'all niggas need food. Like, come on now.
Rwanda is actually one of the countries that's hailed as.
Okay, so maybe they have their own league. I mean, we can always
because the team he plays for are called the Rwanda Patriots.
Okay, right? So that's why I thought maybe it was like a whole but like, and then someone said like, I think someone said African league. Google it. I don't know what the fuck.
No. That's what I'm looking up right now. So the Rwanda Patriots. That sounds like he's representing Rwanda, and their team name is the Patriots. So you might be right. Yeah, African League. Yeah, that's their team.
Look at me knowing some shit. But either way, so it to me. And let's be honest, to be playing now, getting 17 minutes, he had to put in work for at least a year of like, and I'm saying bare minimum a year of getting scouted, really training. And then prior to that, he had to be putting in at least a year or two getting in shape. J. Cole was never that's why he was riding his bike around town all these fucking years. But it's like he was never a fat rapper. He was never a drug rapper. He never smoked. He never did any of that vice shit. But at the same time, we didn't know J. Cole for being the nigga who was in the gym looking like the fucking game. But he's playing professional fucking basketball now. And so it's like, I just don't think that like, and so when I say J. Cole phoned it in, yeah,
it's a strong term.
It's a strong term, but like, think about it as, in my opinion, this wasn't J. Cole's main focus. And to me, it's like, do we really think that the nigga who's talking about, I can go platinum with no features, his entirety of his career just on the whim said, my next album, I'm just gonna have features.
Yeah. Listen, I will not say he phoned it in, but I will agree with you there that his main focus was not this album. He had to split. He had to split focuses, and
for me, it's not that J. Cole phoned it in and didn't give us a quality project.
That's what I'm saying.
He flexed his rap muscle on these niggas. Oh, yeah. It's like literally came out here and said, "Yo, I'm over here like mastering another subject, but just know what I'm fluent in, nigga."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And like to me, like that's dope.
And when you're great, your 70% effort is better than most people's 100.
Yeah, nigga. When LeBron phones it in, bro,
he's still dropping 20.
Come on now, bro. Come on, bro. What are you talking about? So that's what I mean for niggas who want to get hurt, bent out of shape over semantics, bro.
I mean, pulling it in, it's a strong term. To a legend, that's all. Show some respect.
Controversy. That's what I want. We're definitely going to clip that and put that on the fucking pod page because niggas will get mad at that. Hopefully they'll engage with the content. But yeah, so we can move on from Cole's new album. There was nobody else who dropped new music.
No one that matters because I think.
What does that mean?
Kodak dropped an album.
Whoa! I did listen to that album. It wasn't an album. I hope not. It was an EP. It was Kodak. I fuck with Kodak though. But I just feel like Kodak is just dropping music. He hasn't given us like what he's working on. Because I feel like Kodak in the same way like rapping is effortless to Lil Wayne. Yeah. I mean, nigga who doesn't take a fucking pen and pad to paper, he just goes in the booth and just fucking spits. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Kodak's a similar way. Like he's not on the same sharpness as a Lil Wayne, but he's like
vocabulary is like 10 times less.
I just feel like I don't hate on Kodak, bro. I just feel like the ability is comparable. It's like this nigga Kodak probably just keeps making music like Uzi. Just keeps making music. So, unlike Uzi though, I think Kodak just keeps dropping it. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't know when his life's going to lead him to a place where he can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I liked off first listen. I think I liked one song off of that joint. Haitian boy Kodak. Yeah, Dirty K. Yeah. I fuck with Kodak Black, bro. Kodak Black's funny. I think he's got a couple classic songs.
Yeah.
I think he has a classic project. You know what I'm saying?
But he's another one. It has a lot of like outside, out the booth issues.
No. Kodak Black has criminal charges. Kodak Black.
I'll call it for what it is, right?
Yeah. That's different than Kanye. It's different than Uzi. It's like a whole different. But it is a reason why people aren't able to maximize their greatest potential is because he has nothing that holds him back. That Uzi doesn't. Uzi, for all the stick talk he talks, for all the way he moves, he is clearly not moving in one way because he doesn't get caught up in these types of situations. Kanye clearly is not moving in one way because he's get caught up in these same type of situations. So
no criminal situations, absolutely.
Yeah.
Controversy, absolutely.
Yeah. So, whoa.
We have a lot to discuss.
We have a lot to fucking discuss. We're 44 minutes in. I think we should get into the Israeli-Palestinian crisis. I'm not going to call it conflict. Crisis.
It is a crisis.
But I wonder if we should play another song to rest for a second and then go, and then we can end with a song, right?
Play something angry.
Play something angry?
Something aggressive.
Ooh, I don't have anything aggressive or angry. I only have
such a mellow guy. God damn it.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're just gonna do a little like transition-y song. It's called "You" by Regard, Troye Sivan, and Tate McRae. So it's some EDM type shit. Yeah, let's get it.
How could you ever leave me without a chance to try? How can I be sorry if I don't know the crime? I should be mad cause you never told me why. Still, I can't seem to say goodbye. Ooh, yeah. When I try to fall back, I fall back to you. Yeah. When I talk to my friends, I talk about you. Yeah. When the Hennessy's strong, all I see is you, it's you, it's you, yeah, ooh, yeah. No, I haven't moved on, but trust me, I tried, yeah. If I give you a call, don't hang up the line, yeah. When the Hennessy's strong, all I see is you, it's you, it's you, I should be mad that you never told me why. Still, I can't seem to say goodbye. Ooh, yeah. When I try to fall back, I fall back to you. Yeah. When I talk to my friends, I talk about you. Yeah. When the jealousy's strong, all I see is you, is you, is you. Ooh, yeah. No, I haven't moved on, but trust me, I tried. If I give you a call, don't hang up the line. When the jealousy's strong, all I see is you, is you, is you. Is you, oh, you. Is you, I see your face in every stranger everywhere I go. I hear your voice in conversations, every word you spoke. Nearly blocked you on my phone about 1,000 times. Yeah, I know I shouldn't say goodbye. Yeah, I know I shouldn't say goodbye. Ooh, yeah. When I try to fall back, I fall back to you. Yeah. When I talk to my friends, I talk about you. Yeah. When the Hennessy's strong, all I see is you, is you, is you. Ooh, yeah. No, I haven't moved on, but trust me, I tried. If I give you a call, don't hang up the line. When the Hennessy's strong, all I see is you, is you.
So boom. All right, so we're back. We are putting on our thinking caps, our serious caps, and we're going to get into pretty
serious world events.
A serious world event that's been like raging over social media as of lately. So even if you're not somebody who's tapped into the news, you've probably seen one or two or three of your followers posting something on their IG stories about the persecution of Palestinians in Israel. And to preface everything we're about to say, pray for Palestine, okay? Because at the end of the day, human lives are being lost.
They are being
innocent human lives are being lost. And whenever that's happening, like children are dying, bro. Like you definitely got to take a step back and like try to look at the whole picture and get a good idea of it. But as we're saying, they're being. Our opinion is Palestinians are being oppressed. Tete, can we get a little background about like?
So first thing that everyone probably knows and we should always remember is like this is rooted in religion. That's it. And it's sad because it's basically religions that were born of each other, right? Like Israel was promised to the Jews according to the Bible by God himself when he delivered them out of Egypt. They made it to Israel. Abraham had a child with some woman that wasn't legitimate, and that child, by the name of Ishmael, was banished, and they formed the Islamic Empire. Anyway, so now we've separated people, right?
Yeah.
So
now you're saying
Ottoman Empire steps in. The Jews are somehow dispersed all across Europe. The Ottoman Empire, which is an Islamic state, they rule Israel for about 400 years. Fast forward to 1948, where...
Okay, wait, hold up. So for a lot of people...
I'm trying to...
Wait. No, it's perfect because a large argument that's going on concurrently is, we're Jewish. How can you say we're being oppressors? We've been oppressed. So what Tete is telling you is like world history, something that we don't learn here in America. It's, this structure of governance that was a superpower prior to us calling countries superpowers,
right,
affected people or our heritage of a people, right? So now, as Tete says, we fast forward to 1948,
right,
which which some would say, or not some would say, but which Wikipedia and other sources literally say is the start of the modern crisis that is now making headlines today. So everything you're seeing like this past 2 weeks, attacks, people dying, people calling for ceasefires, people calling for prayers towards Palestinians, started in 1948. This phase of it. And basically in 1948, did you want to say it? Okay, I mean, shit, we got the little shit pulled up right here, but in 1948, basically, the state of Israel made a declaration for, at the end of the day, like their own independent country.
Right.
And there was and when they made this intervention, there are still Palestinians in the area.
Yeah.
So it's like it would be kind of like equivalent of fucking the Ted Bundy ranch situation. Like when they fucking took over the state government or tried to take over the state capital,
right,
they fucking said, you know what? Fuck it. This is now nigga freedom. What? This is a new country.
This is a new country, right?
Yeah, and any blacks here, you're now second-class citizens, right, even more so. Right. You're slaves again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So not saying that immediately like Palestinians were made slaves. That's not what I'm saying. But in this area, when you have a people who already felt like they're being, or not, and maybe justifiably so, felt like they were being persecuted, right?
Yeah.
They are now cutting off their, or not cutting off their, but they are creating their own country, their own safe zone or safe space. But then what do you think people are going to do to the people that they feel were their oppressors when they are now in the position of power? Which I have so many thoughts deep onto this, but let's stick to one thing. But that's key. Remember that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's for people of other cultures who necessarily don't think this is something that's important to kind of stay vigilant of, right?
Yeah.
So in this current state of time, man, concurrently, there's been a lot of shit going on. And for this, like, I can't really give a good timeline of all the events. So I have a cool little video here that I have from Instagram that kind of seems to explain the situation really well on the Gaza attacks. It was actually shared by our engineer himself.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I watched it. I was like, okay. I mean, this dude has a check mark. His name's Subi. I don't know, Taha, like, okay, you know, we don't believe everything you see on the internet. But to me, it seems like a very, from what all other news outlets that I've been watching, the Young Turks, CNN, MSNBC, like BBC, I recognize stories in what he's talking about on here. So here we go. His
like legitimate
little
source.
sourcing of information.
132 Palestinians and counting. Part 1, the timeline. Let's go over the sequence of events, understand how we got here. First, Sheikh Jarrah. Early this year, Israel issues illegal eviction notices to the Palestinians living in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood, giving way for extremist Israeli settlers to literally steal the homes of these Palestinians who've been living there for decades. Then the protests began. Palestinians began peacefully protesting at Sheikh.
So basically what this nigga's talking about is that the state of Israel, literally, the government said, by their and again, remember, so we're in this country now where you're looking at Palestinians as second-class citizens who don't have the same amount of rights, different types of voting, inabilities, similar things that we've seen in our history that have led to persecution of certain races is happening to Palestinians here. So they're getting told by the state that they have to evict or they have to leave their homes.
Yeah.
The state's telling them this, and not only do they have no say in this, but there's no way to fight back because the entity that's taking their home from them isn't a private entity. It isn't a individual entity. It's the literal state you live in. It's literally, if you live in Virginia, if you live in Richmond, Virginia, the state of Virginia saying, and then with the United States backing them saying, hey, my nigga, you got to get out your house.
Yeah.
Where am I going to go? I don't know.
Yeah, but you got to go.
You got to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So let's keep going. Yeah. Sorry.
Then the protests began. Palestinians began peacefully protesting at Sheikh Jarrah to defend the Palestinians and encourage the Israeli government to not move forward with the evictions. Of course, the protesters were met by the Israeli occupation forces with violence, baseless arrests, and skunk water, a chemically advanced form of sewage water, being sprayed all over the protesters and the homes of the Palestinians. The Palestinians continued to peacefully protest, and what was Israel's reaction? The Al-Aqsa attacks. During the holy month of Ramadan, Israeli...
All right, so we're going to get back to this.
Yeah.
A key point for some of my black hoteps and black brothers who are like, yo, why the fuck should we really pay attention to other suffering? Because it's empathy, my nigga. They're peacefully protesting. And yeah, I'm not saying there's probably agitators. I'm not saying that there's probably not small acts of disruption on a physical basis being happening somewhere, but the majority of these protests were fucking peaceful and they were met with violence. Sorry, let's continue.
Israeli occupation forces used weapons to violently attack the Palestinians praying at Al-Aqsa Mosque. While these Muslims are in the middle of standing in prayer, Israeli forces begin to shoot rubberized steel bullets, throw stun grenades and smoke grenades outside as well as inside the mosques. While they're praying, the attacks are still happening right now on and off, but in the first 3 days alone, over 600 Palestinians were injured and in need of medical help. And then widespread protests broke out.
Okay. Dude, literally think about that.
Yeah.
It's Dylan Roof type shit. Dylan Roof walked into a church of 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's somewhere between that. Like, rest in peace to all the people who've lost their lives in that shooting, the Charleston shooting. But Dylan Roof literally walked into a church where people were praying and opened fire on people who prayed with him, on people who didn't know that he was going to commit one of the evilest deeds that a human being can commit, right?
Yeah.
These individuals, this government is doing the same thing, walking in to prayer buildings. It's like the literal U.S. Army walking into what's the church? Oh, what's that church in Atlanta, Georgia? That Martin Luther King. Was it Atlanta? No. Birmingham, Alabama. My bad. That Martin Luther King used to fucking preach at. It's like walking into there and throwing stun grenades, like on Sunday of Easter, nigga. Yeah. Like it's like because right now, remember, we're in Ramadan. Eddie Mubarak, like these niggas are like, oh my god, I shouldn't say this at this point. I shouldn't say niggas on the phone, but these people are in their holiest month, fam. So like their guard is down. They're fasting, fam. You know what I'm saying? Sun up to sundown, not eating or drinking water. You're putting stun, tear gas.
It's a calculated move.
Yes.
By the state. That's
by the state. But let's continue. So, of course, protests.
Yes, program. Palestinians in Israel, the occupied West Bank, and occupied Gaza began peacefully protesting against the Al-Aqsa attacks and the Sheikh Jarrah evictions. These protesters were also met by Israeli occupation forces with stun grenades, smoke bombs, and rubberized steel bullets. And then, after all these blatant offensive attacks, the only defense force Gaza has, Hamas, officially asked Israel to stop attacking Al-Aqsa. They warned them that if Israel continues to attack Al-Aqsa, a place of worship, Hamas will retaliate against Israel. Mind you that this is after Israel had already injured hundreds of Palestinians in Al-Aqsa, and Hamas responded to defend the Palestinians. So what did Israel decide to do? Attack again.
Okay, so here's this part's a little tricky. All right.
Because it involves Hamas.
Yeah. Which,
I mean, they've done some shit.
It's a terrorist group.
Yeah, they've done some shit.
It's a group of extremist fighters who are of Arab descent, right? Is that how you say that? I don't want to fucking cancel. But either way.
I think you're right.
The problem, though, with what a lot of Republicans or individuals that are pro-Israel, which is the vast majority of America's government, have stated is that, Palestinians are working with terrorist groups. That's why they have to attack Palestinians. That's why they have to get Palestinians the fuck out of here. They're literally their largest spokesperson is a terrorist group.
Yeah.
But for those of us who can critically think, let's put our thinking caps on. Mm-hmm. What is terrorism? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know a lot of times, how does terrorism get to extreme points, right? Where do we see by oppressed individuals, right? Where do terrorists normally try to attack?
Well, you mean recruit or attack?
Attack, like for
the oppressors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Their perceived oppressors,
right?
Right? Not saying it's right, not condoning violence in any sort of way, but just trying to understand the mind of an individual driven to suicide violence at times, right? Yeah. Somebody who feels like they're oppressed, not just somebody who believes in and I'm not saying there isn't this type of terrorist too, who believes in a doctrine that makes them radicalized and think that they need to, attack this way of life. That's different. I'm not talking about that type of terrorism. I'm talking about simply anti-government terrorism.
Right.
We know as a fucking country, we've created terrorists and we've uplifted terrorists in different ways that have now come to bite us in the ass, right?
Absolutely.
In this situation, the only group of people who is able to speak out against state violence, again, the violence that the country you're living in is perpetuating against you, is the same niggas who don't respect the state at all to begin with. The other Palestinians who are peacefully protesting obviously respect the country, obviously want to go through a normal means or channels to try and disagree with the actions being taken by the state, but they have not been given those channels, and they're not in a way of life that allows them to go outside of that system. They're just like you or me. Somebody who goes to work, pays taxes, and doesn't do anything quote unquote illegal, right? So the only people who are going to speak up against all this shit and who have the ability and not give a fuck when niggas roll through with the military is a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
So that's what this man is talking about when he says the message, the people who are giving the message is Hamas, and why when you're listening to different people saying, "Yo," but you're being spoken for by terrorists, that's not the whole truth.
It's you have to remember that you also have created a vulnerable population when you isolate the Palestinians and continue to oppress them and chip away at their whole culture within your country as the state. So now it's easy for a terrorist organization to step in and say, "Yo, we got you. Come on."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Who else is fighting for you?
Right, exactly. And it's easy for them not to even associate with you completely, but just say in public, "Yeah, we're stepping in because y'all are doing this shit." But they wanted to fight Israel anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so easy. You've created it's a powder keg waiting to explode, and it's been exploding for years now.
Yeah.
Israel decided to do? Attack again. Twice as hard, injuring twice the amount of Palestinians in the first attack. They even took the keys to all the doors in Al-Aqsa from the Palestinians, and they literally have control over the mosque now. So as Hamas said they would do if the Israelis didn't stop attacking the Palestinians, in defense, they fired missiles at Israel. Even after the warning they gave Israel, and as a consequence, Israel reports 1 injury from the missiles. And then, as they always do, Israel plays victim, like they weren't the ones that injured 600 plus Palestinians in Al-Aqsa, were using excessive police brutality at all the protests, and began bombing Gaza hard on the first day alone.
Okay. Again, if y'all hate me just doing a little play-by-play, whatever, fuck you, nigga. This is serious. I gotta get my fucking 2 pieces out. This is how I fucking express myself. And this is how I'm gonna use my platform to try to help the world, bro. Because another false equivalency is being brought up here, right? And this is what we're saying. This is why when people call this the Israeli Palestinian or Palestinian-Israeli conflict. It's not a conflict. A conflict would be between 2 warring sides, bro. 2 within reason warring sides, right? This is not that. This is not a country fighting another country. This is not the United States versus Iran. This is not the United States versus Russia. This is not Afghanistan and Iraq versus the foreign powers of the world. Like this is literally an occupied group in a country against the country.
Yeah, I mean, Israel will tell you we're not fighting Palestinians, we're fighting Hamas, or we're ridding our country of terrorists, but they're pushing out Palestinians. They don't want them there,
dude. They literally got attacked by a terrorist group and are now saying, "Fuck it, bomb civilians.
Let's go."
Here we go.
Yeah, it's
hard. On the first day alone, 20 Palestinians were killed, 9 of which were children. They're bombing homes, entire apartment complexes, hospitals, mosques, targeting civilians left and right, literally no limits. To add to the violence, because now Israelis all over are emboldened by these bombings, Palestinians in the West Bank and Israel start getting attacked not only by the Israeli occupation forces, but also by random Israeli civilians. These armed, extremist Israeli settlers begin forming mobs in the streets, carrying knives, handguns, and rifles, chanting "Death to all Arabs." They're blocking roads so they can stop cars of Palestinians and beat them up. They set a Palestinian house full of children on fire, critically injuring all the children. Israeli civilians are doing all that. And who starts getting arrested? The Palestinians, of course. The victims of these crimes are the ones getting arrested. It's so corrupt that the Israeli occupation forces are actually present while these attacks are happening. They're literally forming walls around the civilians to protect them while the civilians are attacking the Palestinians. So at this point, the Palestinians...
Again, this is for my people of color, or because not really white people, because this is not going to be in. My white woke people, but my white woke people probably care about this, right? If you're a person of color and you're like, "Yo, why should we give a fuck about another country's struggles when we got our own shit that we got to deal with?" It's like, again, because it's just empathy, bro. Like, it's literally the same thing we're talking about.
Well, I mean,
when the fucking Capitol riots happened,
Yeah.
And you have police officers letting people into the Capitol. You have police officers fucking taking pictures with rioters who are yelling different slogans that are leading itself to segregation in the time of slavery, when there were subjugated classes, things when women weren't given certain types of privileges or rights, not privileges, but rights that other people have. It's these same tactics, fam. Yeah. Just in a different level of animosity. Like, that's what we fear, and that's what we know. That's what we fear, but we know what's going on when there's a state actor, a police officer that murders in cold blood a individual, an African American, and isn't given consequences. Yeah. But just like on a much, much more aggressive scale. Like, it's literally just, the KKK's out there marching, looking for apartheid, and the cops are just arresting black people for fighting back.
Right. That's exactly what that's happened here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, let's remember, like, the Black Lives Matter movement. This is for people that say, why do we care? Like, that movement was not meant to let black people know that Black Lives Matter, because we already know that. That was meant so that the rest of the world, people that are not black, can know that Black Lives Matter. And that's all we're asking. Like, let's not be that group that says, well, our lives matter, and then when it comes to other lives, not give a fuck.
Palestinian lives matter, bro.
Exactly. And we need to fight that war.
Yeah. And we'll get to the what do we think should be done, because I'm not saying we need you to literally fight that war.
No, wait.
So let's keep going. No. I know. But let's keep going.
And are attacking the Palestinians. So at this point, the Palestinians literally have nobody to protect them, not even the police. They've become so violent that 12 Palestinians have already been murdered in the streets of Israel and the West Bank. And Israel continues to bomb Gaza all day and all night. As of today, May 15th, the death toll in Gaza has reached 132 dead Palestinians, nearly half of which are children. Children, y'all. But that's not enough for Israel, no. They've announced now that they're preparing for a ground invasion of Gaza. They have 9,000 Israeli militants waiting at the border of Gaza, ready to occupy and start killing.
Google how big, what's the population of Israel?
And their reason behind all this is they're doing it in defense, to protect their people from the violent Palestinians. But wait, how did this all start? Sheikh Jarrah, who's actively hunting the Palestinians from Sheikh Jarrah? Israel.
Google the population of California. Sorry, we'll keep playing.
Who's attacking the peaceful Palestinian protesters? Israel.
39
million. Injured over 600 Palestinians at Al-Aqsa. Israel, who rejected a peaceful...
39 million people. 9 million. My nigga, bro. Let's not even get there. We're not even gonna get there. Let's wait. Let's finish that.
Request to stop attacking Al-Aqsa, Israel. But this is all defensive somehow. I don't. Now part 2. Israel's control of Gaza. Since 1967, Israel has had full control over the West Bank and Gaza, which is illegal under international law. In 2005, Israel imposed an ongoing blockade to maintain control over all of Gaza's borders, controlling all movement in and out of the country, whether by land, air, or sea, effectively trapping all 2 million Palestinians living in Gaza. Hence why people call Gaza the largest open-air prison in the world. Since then, they've consistently bombed Gaza every few years, killing thousands of innocent Palestinians, including women and children. In 2009.
So, I'm bringing up these populations because it's like, for some people, they hear 148 dead people. Yeah. 108 dead people. And they go, but dude, that's so few, which is crazy. It's crazy to me. Like, one life lost is wild to me. But, we're healthcare workers. We've seen people die. It's a different understanding of death, right? But, dude, there's only 9 million people in this country, bro. It's not like they have 333 million. This is a lot of dead people. Like, and it, almost in a sense, like COVID, like worse than COVID deaths, bro. Like I like its height. Like in this section or area of the world, you know what I'm saying? This is insane fucking stuff. And then again, why should we care? And this is just for everybody. It's like, fam, it's like this shit has been going on for years with this Gaza occupation. Like I know for one, like I'm not always since 2005, I wasn't always tapped in. I was in the fucking 5th grade. But growing up, like I do remember when talks in the Middle East, Gaza being in the news because it was getting bombed. Not Gaza in the news because they were doing something crazy, but Gaza news because they were just getting the shit bombed fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Oh, but let's get through this video.
And children. In 2009, Israel bombed Gaza and killed over 1,300 Palestinians. They bombed again in 2014, killing over 2,200 Palestinians, and over 10,000 were injured. In 2018, they bombed again, killing 168 Palestinians. In 2019, they bombed again, killing 20 Palestinians. And to add to that list, now in 2021, 132 Palestinians killed. And that's as of today. There's still bombing, so there's definitely going to be more. So in the past 12 years alone, how many people were killed? And who's committing these massacres?
3,820.
Not the Palestinians. So you tell me who's a terrorist state at this point. And finally, part 3, why this isn't a conflict. Everyone wants to talk about Gaza's first airstrikes, but not consider everything else that Israel had done before that. And they tried to reason with Israel, but they continued to attack Al-Aqsa. So let's compare the power dynamic between the two side by side. Army, Palestine, none. Israel, 513,000 personnel. Navy, Palestine, none. Israel, 20,000 personnel. Air Force, Palestine, none. Israel, 89,000 personnel. Military budget, Palestine, 0. Israel, $20.5 billion annually. Does that include the $3.8 billion of aid that the U.S. sends Israel every year? That isn't some wealthy first world resort.
All right, okay. So I think this dope video, Subi Taha, I think we've gotten enough now to give our final thoughts on this fucking issue, this humanitarian crisis going on in the world. Because for everybody who's like, yo, why the fuck should we care? Why the fuck should I care? If you care about where your tax dollars are going, you should care. Because the United States literally just sent billions of dollars of aid and military aid to Israel, to Netanyahu, a man who is not even rightfully recognized as the leader of Israel because their election system is going through like a fucking shit show right now. Like he's like it's crazy. But all that to say, like the money we pay every time you go to the grocery store, every time you buy a new pair of Balenciagas, every time you fucking buy some more. Nah, never mind. I was about to say something that you don't pay taxes for. But actually, no. Nowadays you do. But either way, just anytime the fucking stimulus check money that you use to fucking buy whatever and get right back to the government in tax dollars, right, bro, it went not to giving your schools a new fucking stadium, to your school giving you free lunches year round, to your road not having any potholes ever, to you having healthcare systems that get homeless people off the street in a way that's actually humanitarian. It gives them a place to rebuild, get mental health services they need, elderly individuals who all get taken care of in a humane factor, not just individuals who have millions of dollars on top of Medicare. You know what I'm saying? So it's like billions of dollars, yes, you would need to do that. But right now it's being used to aid a country in a fucking genocide. Like
attempting to commit a genocide.
Well,
or have been committing.
Attempting to have committed or attempting to commit a genocide. You know what I'm saying? How do you fix it? I mean, do you want to say something before we get to that point?
Oh, about how do you fix that?
No, because I have my thoughts on that. But I'm saying before, like I think so you say
no, yeah, I'm saying. I mean, yeah, you're right. Like the U.S. backs Israel 100% all the time without any sort of reasonable, in my opinion, explanation, and I would have to do research to actually understand the relationship and why that is. I know you've mentioned before that it's about stability in the region, which is one argument that a lot of people make, and I would call that a legitimate argument. But we have other players in that region that we also kiss their ass, Saudi Arabia. You know what I mean? Like, so
who actually committed the 9/11
terrorist attacks? So that's another. The U.S. has a history of backing individual countries or states that do unfavorable things
that make regions far more unstable.
Right.
Unstable in a border war sense,
or just within their own country. You're right. Like, your tax dollars are supporting that, and
so here's where we're gonna get to Jabari's ideas. Jabari's opinion. Jabari, the narcissist, he thinks he can solve everything. Well, here's my ego speaking. Here's what I think. Why we should be informed. It's the same thing, and this is okay. So I'll give it to just people. Again, your tax dollars are being spent on this. You know what I'm saying? When you vote, you should be thinking about what is this person's idea of this, because there's been different ways, even just tonally, this has been handled. Trump, buddy fucking with Netanyahu.
Yep.
Obama, I'm at least going to frown at him. Even if I'm still going to give Israel aid,
they hate each other.
I'm going to say, fuck this nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Publicly,
yes. Yeah. With Biden, you get somebody who back in the 90s had crazy pro-Israeli statements, but now is being pushed at this very moment to say, yo, a ceasefire would be cool. I know, every other country and the United Nations has said, yo, my nigga, ceasefire. Like, here's the declaration. United States, you with this? Biden at least is going, if that's what everybody thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, your ability to, if you were engaged, what's the word? Vote. What's the word for voting? If you're civically engaged, you should be paying attention, because I don't think you would want your tax dollars to go to murdering hundreds of children. I just don't think you would want that. If you are a normal citizen, another reason why you probably would be vigilant of this is that. No, fuck that. No, let's not say normal citizen. This is when it comes to Black people of color, right? If you are wondering why you should be fucking vigilant or being aware of this, it's just, again, like, how can you not see a persecuted people in a way that's so empathetic, and even you would hope in your own that in your time of need that they would see the same way, and not at least go, bro, like, that's crazy, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You probably have people who are Muslim. You probably have people in your life who are going through their holy months and are posting. It's like, so how can you just turn a blind eye to that? You know what I'm saying? When you're raising awareness. Now, I'm not saying that all of these people speak for us as well, but we all know at least one that does. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not even saying you have to be preaching about it on social media, but at least not just staying tapped in, staying somewhat present in the world. So when a topic comes up, you're not looking like a complete and utter fool.
It's human nature, man. I mean, unfortunately, human nature says, if it's not about me and my people, why do I care? And an example, and I hate to bring it up because it kind of, it kind of takes away from the issue, but if you look at the history, you mentioned 1948, right? Yeah. 3 years before that was 1945. That's the end of World War II, where... Yeah, that's the end of World War II, where 6 million Jews had just been killed by Hitler. Like, that's oppression beyond. You can't even call that's genocide.
That's genocide.
And now here you are, the same people are committing similar acts. Like, I mean, they're doing the same thing. So human nature says, if it ain't me, fuck it.
Yeah.
And that's, I hate to put a damper on this whole discussion, but that's where we're at. And what Jabari's trying to do, you know, what I really believe that we should do is change that. Like, let's give a fuck about each other.
Because it helps us all on a more humanitarian basis, bro. Like if, yes, Black people have been the most persecuted people for many, many eons, bro. Like, through how many histories, but we've all, for a lot of cultures, experienced some type of persecution. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think I had another train of thought, but before I lose this train of thought, like, where do I think, like, because I have definitely been asked, like, dude, like, you really think you know what to do? No, I'm not saying I know what's the best option, but you know what I do think, if I was a politician, I would be advocating for? A cease of aid. Like, yes, military, like, you could argue, yo, but what about assistance for different programs for them, food for them, like whatever, You could argue that, and I wouldn't be mad at you. But like, we've literally given them military aid, fam. Like, sold them weapons, you know, that they definitely, you don't think, used in the Gaza strikes. Like, we sold them weapons in 2000, I think it was 2020, like 2019, like within the last 3 years, we've given them fucking weapons. You know what I'm saying? Or no, within the last year.
Yeah.
Or 2 years. I'm saying last 2 years we've given them weapons. So from a power congressional standpoint, like, I would wish my representative was saying, like, no, we're gonna definitely stop military aid, but I suggest, or I bring up the idea of possibly stopping all aid and putting sanctions on Israel, saying, yo, unless you stop bombing this fucking country, right, without proof or evidence, because recently, like yesterday or 2 days ago, the main news building in Palestine was bombed. And that's where Al Jazeera and all these other media outlets that apparently had like the highest vantage point in the city, so they could see where all the bombings were going on, was destroyed because they said Hamas was working out of the
working out of that building,
but there was no proof given. Yeah. You know, so it's like, it's just simply saying, like, yo, until like you're able, and like, oh shit, a big thing that a nigga was saying, not a nigga, but a nigga was saying is, if I was Israel at this point, knowing I had that pressure on me, I would have receipts ready. Yo, this is the fucking surveillance footage we have, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This is the fucking whatever we had. This is why, you know, we did a surprise attack. They didn't do a surprise attack. They let them know so they could evacuate. Thankfully, no lives were lost in that whole situation where they bombed that news building. But I'm just simply saying, a ceasefire until it's like, yo, until you start making moves that make fucking sense, we're not going to give you money that you're probably putting towards a massacre of a people, bro. Yeah. So that's my thoughts on it, you know, because at the end of the day, I have a fucking brain and I have an opinion on how this country should be ran. Now, I don't have all the ins and outs, but I definitely am not just going to listen to my government face for mouth and say, they know everything, my overlords. You know what I'm saying? No, I have an opinion on how this fucking country works, right?
Yeah. As you should. That's how it was intended initially.
Yeah. I mean, not for us.
Not for us. That's, you know.
Justice and liberty for all. Wink, wink. Now give me that pin, boy. Thank you, Dave Chappelle. Oh my god. But no. I think that's first and foremost. I think we should not. There's gonna be arguments. I think at this point, maybe sanctions are enough. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think we should get militarily involved. I think we should stay. No. But like, what I'm saying is, when some people say like, you don't know what you need to do, like, some people argument might be to get military involved. So I'm telling you mine. We don't need to take any military action. We need to let niggas work that shit out.
I mean, that would be too. I mean, who would you back?
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. But we've done dumber shit. We attacked the country that had nothing to do with an attack on us.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
yeah.
Nothing was like,
yeah.
We just said, fuck it, let's go. Let's go fuck shit up, bro. That's crazy. But so no military action. And then, fuck, I lost my train of thought again. There was one more thing that, not fuck with their elections. Okay, they got to figure that shit out. It's Netanyahu, you're fucking.
He's been a leader for like what? Fucking forever.
Yeah, but
I was a kid.
Yeah, but they just. I'm pretty sure they just had like there's like a clashing political party that's saying like, yo, like you're not like the true like that last election that won't legitimate, fam. So it's like look, we'll see what happens. But there was one more thing. Fuck. I don't know. Oh! Last time, but not least, there's some opinions of a two-state solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that possible? I don't know if a two-state solution is possible because you would still be an idea of forcing probably Palestinians out of their homes, right? But to me, at least if you were attempting to do a two-state solution, means you respected life is there, and so you're just trying to bribe niggas at that point. I would respect that more if it's like, yo, we're not gonna bomb you out of existence, but yo, my nigga, we're gonna take some of this $20 billion from America, break you guys off, and y'all can, you know what I'm saying?
Start a little something.
You know, now it's disrespectful between your religions. I get all that, my nigga. It's disrespectful to your humanity. But at least if somebody came to my great grandmother's house out in Oakland, California, they come to her all the time. They're trying to. Now it's a racist thing. You're buying out different things, but like at least they're coming to it at a point where it's like, yo, we're gonna give you. Now they're probably to lowball my grandmother, like, oh, we're gonna give you $200,000 for this house. No, damn well, like with the way that this real estate goes, it's just probably worth $350, $400. You know what I'm saying? This is real estate, nigga. You know, but at least it's not. Get the fuck out of your house, or we're gonna blow your head off.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time in all these years that this has been happening where a two-state solution was the obvious way to go, but the fear has always been, well, we're just going to create another Iran in the region. We're just going to create because again, you've isolated this population, you've oppressed them for so many years. I mean, yeah,
but at least with Iran, when we had a sensible president, we were able to get a deal that said, hey, just no nuclear fucking weapons, fam.
Yeah,
and they was like, you know what? That's what. No, what's the
you know what we wanted? Respect. Okay, we'll stop the nuclear shit.
Thank you. But yeah, man, and I just think it's one of those things where it's any way you could preserve life is a better way than when you're just expiring it.
It's diplomacy, man.
That's it. Talk that shit out, bro.
Yeah.
Like you're like the fact that you are literally bombing people who have no way to fight back is so nasty, bro. Women and children, bro. So nasty, bro.
And again, like,
fuck, bro. This is the stuff of, and like again for like people who don't give a fuck. This is the stuff of movies, bro. Like this is the stuff when you watch anime and you see the fucking Eldians and goddamn Attack on Titan. You're like, oh, Eren decided to fucking mask. Oh fuck, guys, sorry. Spoiler alert. But either way, but you're like, oh, it's Paradis versus the Marleyans and the rest of the world because they think we're devils. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But at the point in time, we're only like 10,000 people on a fucking island that was built, or not built, but had a fucking idea that we're like in the stone, not the Stone Age, but literally like pre. Modern times, like we're fighting with fucking bows and arrows, but like cannons and shit. Yeah. And y'all niggas got like Tommy guns and boats and planes and shit like that. Like what the fuck? No, bro. It's like this is literally real life tragedy that you are not even willing to give a thought to. And again, I gave white people. Oh, here we go. Here's the thing I would say to my people of color. It's like, fam. Yes, who's fighting for us? But in this instance, it's like this. If we want to have people care about our shit, this is the shit you have to care about. You know what I'm saying? And this is the way that we are not the persecutors, right? So we can't go and say, yo, my bad, bro. I'm not gonna go out and because remember if this was happening right now, we would be saying to white people, or when shit happens to us, like when these riots happen, and you see different groups, you will not replace us, and they fucking the Charlottesville fucking march and all that.
Yeah.
You want white people to go out there and be like, yo, cut that shit out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Cut that shit out.
Exactly.
If we were in Israel and we were Israelians, our fucking job would be to go out there and be like, my nigga, if you're a civilian, like, yeah, I want to vote against the state. I'm not telling you to fight niggas with guns, but for the niggas that are going outside and fucking harming civilian Palestinians, like as they're civilians themselves, you need to go out there and be like, oh nigga, chill out, go smoke some weed, chill out, like, relax, my nigga. What we can do as people who are not in that direct way to aid, I'm not even gonna say donate just money, bro, because at the end of the day, donating money to Palestinian groups because the view of the crisis is so skewed is looked at in some ways as aiding terrorism. Yeah, they say if you donate to fucking Palestine in any type of, it could be just medical supplies. It is literally illegal because you're fucking aiding a terrorist group. What's the least you can do? Give it some time, which I was telling you earlier. Yeah, I think it's one of the most precious things for me. My time is my life. If you're wasting my time, you're wasting my life. If you're using your time to fucking give eyes, to give to bring light to, bring notice to, taking attention to. You're using your life to help, bro. And literally, this is like, and so again, like it's like some days are like, yo, it's been going on for so long. What the fuck can we do? It feels like this is something different because this is the first time that we are really seeing this in social media is at a point where like, yo, my nigga, you're seeing videos of this shit like in 4K, my nigga. Like not like, oh, it's fuzzy, it's grainy. No, like this is like, my nigga got an iPhone 12 and this shit is in HD, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at least take notice, bro. Share some shit. Vote.
Yeah,
and vote the right way.
You know, this is a conflict that's been going on forever, but now we've got social media and everyone's got a smartphone and everyone can whip out a video and we can see this shit firsthand and we can see that this is wrong. Like, wrong is wrong.
Wrong is wrong.
And we have to recognize that.
But shit, man. Prayers up for Palestine. Prayers up for all the lives lost. That was dark. That was heavy. Hopefully we did some justice. And what the fuck? Where we at? Where we at with this?
Religion, man. That's where it all comes from.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I know you're not gonna let me get on this tangent.
Yeah.
I'm being censored, guys.
We respect all creeds, religions here. Religion plays an important role in a lot of people's lives.
It also plays a detrimental role too. But whatever.
All right, so we're gonna get into our health topic, and then we're gonna get out of here. I got a good closing song. So our health topic. Fuck, I did not even.
The world is opening back up, man.
Nah, I don't want to do coronavirus. I want to do like a.
Oh.
I had another. I had another. I mean, fuck it. We can do it. The world is opening back up.
We can touch on it. I mean, the world is opening back up. The CDC says, "Hey, fuck your masks."
Yeah. You know what? Let's one final coronavirus health topic because we're done.
Final. Oh,
because we're done, bro. Okay. I want to be like the CDC is. Yo, get the vaccine.
Yeah.
Or shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter anymore. Literally, they're saying unvaccinated people can be inside without masks, right?
Unvaccinated?
No. Just saying vaccinated people. Yeah. Okay, vaccinated people can be inside without masks, and they're fine. We know that vaccinated people can still get sick from coronavirus, but your sickness is going to be
very mild.
Mild compared to what the homie who still hasn't gotten theirs for whatever reason, they're literally giving away for free at different fucking establishments. Or the individual who refuses to get theirs. It's kind of like Darwinism at this point. And whichever way you look at it, for the people who aren't getting, they're like, well, you don't know what it's going to do to you in fucking 10 years. Cool. I don't. But
I mean, to that person, I just say, listen, all vaccines that you get as a baby were new at some point. Like, all vaccines were brand new at some point.
You're the nigga right now who got polio because you were like, what the fuck?
Because you were stupid, yeah. And everybody else who got the vaccine,
like there's still
when
people.
it first came out,
there are people who come
chilling.
into the ED now with COVID, and like I had a junk come in, and she was like, I got COVID, and I was looking at her like, you know, because it's getting to that point. I feel like we talked. I don't know if we talked about a point, but I've been thinking about a point where it's like, how does this go back to normal? It's back to where like people who are vaccinated and people who are unvaccinated just don't care anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like I did what I did to protect myself in their own eyes. And then it's just the government saying, yeah, we did enough to save face that if like niggas, like we can stop caring about COVID numbers in a sense because we have a solution to it, but you're choosing not to get it.
Yeah, it's on you now.
It's on you now, exactly. So
let's remember, people, like the flu killing 20,000 a year was acceptable. Like
the cause of death.
Yeah, it's you know, no one batted an eye to that. So
people are allowed to leave the hospital AMA against medical advice all the time. And that goes from like niggas who like maybe might have like a minor like some gallbladder sludge, you know?
Yeah.
To literally, I'm having a stimmy. I want to leave and go to Taco Bell. Because we're seeing younger people having heart attacks. Like I saw a fucking 32-year-old the other day.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was
very unhealthy.
Very unhealthy. You know what I'm saying? But he had a heart attack, and it's just like niggas be like, not me.
I'm good.
I'm just sweating a little bit.
Feel shit.
That's just
happens all the time.
Yo, bad vibes in here, man. Bad vibes in here. You guys are making me sweat. I'm nauseous right now. Oh, shit.
Okay.
But literally, we are, for contrary to a lot of people's opinions of our healthcare system, like there is a lot of choice. You know, there is a lot of freedom that we have. Now we can have way more. It can be better in the way we provide for our people. But you don't have to do shit if you don't want to.
No.
You can go your whole life without seeing a fucking doctor. Roll yourself into the woods and die with some dignity.
The problem is also, though, the people who choose not to do something their whole lives and give a fuck start to panic at the final hour and then expect us to do everything.
Yeah, I've been thinking about.
It's like, what the fuck?
Pause. This is gonna be like super existential, but I've definitely been thinking about my death a few times as a recent, like just like, you know, anxiety, all that type of shit. But you know, you're just gonna breathe and go, it's not today though.
That's right,
bro. I'm hoping like I'll get to the point where it's like I'm not having anxiety over it. I'm just like, nope. But you know, when it comes, I'm ready to fucking sleep forever. I had a good life, you know. Yeah, but you're right though. Some niggas who don't do it, bro. Health is fucking wealth, dog.
Yeah, you gotta work on that shit.
But even to just experience, like, you know, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds who look like they're 60, 60-year-olds who look like they're fucking 40, 70-year-olds who like I was at work the other day and I saw 3 50-year-old patients who looked like they could be their own
like their timeline through life?
Yeah, not even timeline through life, but just like generations. Like grandma, great-grandma, mother's daughter. Like
all the same age.
Yeah, but all the same age. And it's like, fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it is really what you do. And so, I'm going to be honest, bro. There was a nigga at the skate park today. He's talking about how him and his girl have been alkaline for a year. People talk about CMOS. People talk about different types of ways of life, fasting.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what I wanted the health topic to be about. But it really isn't much. Yeah. But food, nigga. No.
But that's actually a good point.
But it truthfully, my thoughts were you should really try the best diet for you in life. But I wanted to get more in depth on diets when I did a little bit more research. But truthfully, in life, it's like you should fidget with what gives you the best and most healthy quality, or the best quality of life, while it's also living you a moderately healthy life, right? So some people might not drink because they want to live a clean life or has clean life they want to live. Some people might want to drink, but you might not know what the moderation of your drinking is so that you can live a quality life without fucking destroying yourself, right?
Right.
Same thing with people who don't like to exercise. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like maybe you don't exercise 4 or 5 days a week, but you're not doing anything physically active for weeks, months, years. Yeah. Like my nigga, go play. I know Jones that were like, yeah, like I don't work out when I play soccer, but like soccer is my workout. Oh, so you're playing soccer once a week? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're doing something. Yeah, you know?
Do something.
You know, and maybe you'll up it as years go by. But as of right now, you're 20 something, so you know you're fine. But
it really doesn't matter.
But you're doing something. I mean, but no activity for a 20-year-old who's also eating junk food and drinking.
Oh yeah, that matters.
It's crazy, you know?
Right.
But same thing with like school and just like education. Like you probably shouldn't stress yourself out in school to the point where you become depressed and suicidal. Like it's not all. That's not all. It is, bro. It's just a lot of ways a check or whatever. But you probably should get enough education that you can survive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out. So it's like you got to figure out. You really got to experiment in your life with different vices, different lifestyles. Especially not vices. You should experiment with different lifestyles that fit yours the best, that bring you the best quality of life. And getting or not getting the coronavirus vaccine might not be one of the things you want to experiment with because the world doesn't care anymore. I'm telling you, the world's like, and that's that. So it's a wrap, bro. I'm not talking about coronavirus as a health topic again because we've given you what you should have done when we didn't have a vaccine. We've given you what you should do. Now that you do have a vaccine, that's a wrap, bro. It's a fucking wrap. Now, on to content of the fucking week. You got anything?
Oh, shit. Content of the week.
Watch Invincible. I'm about to watch that shit.
Invincible?
Yeah. It's this new anime that's on fucking, I think Amazon Prime.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. I think if I'm being super, my memory is being what it needs to be. But either way, it's a great anime. It seems like that. It's reminiscent of The Boys a little bit. It's like superheroes, but for real. I might watch episode 1 tonight. You know, I was trying to like wait for like Shadi to be like, yo, you know, it's whatever, watch this. Yeah. But you know, I don't have a router in the crib, so it's like, man, you're not watching this shit off your fucking phone.
You need a router in the crib?
Yeah, I got a fucking modem on accident because I thought it was a modem router, so I got to return it to Target.
Don't you need a modem too? No, you just need a router.
It's already got like Wi-Fi. I just literally need to have a router to
spread the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. NBA playoffs have started.
Yeah,
for those of you who don't know,
the UEFA Champions League was today, probably, or like this weekend.
Oh, okay.
The UEFA Champions League final between Chelsea and Manchester City. But yeah, all right, guys, we're out of here. Peace, prosperity, blessings to your family. Prayers up for Palestine. That's going to be the title of the episode. And we're going to close off with one song that's kind of mellow. It's a blues rendition by B.B. King, man. A great of the style. And I don't think it's electric. I don't think he was a great of electric blues. I think he was, but he did a lot of electric blues. This song in itself is electric blues. It's called The Thrill Is Gone, 1969, off of Completely Well by B.B. King. Yeah, I'm tired.
On a sad note.
All right.